In a few neighborhoods in Tokyo, the Korean language can be found on the shop signs almost as easily as Japanese. This reflects the fact not only that the two nations are neighbors, but that close to 1 million people in Japan either hold Korean nationality or are of Korean ethnic heritage. In recent years, too, there has been a Korean boom in Japan, as South Korean television and pop music has become popular among the Japanese young people. But these people don't like what they're seeing, and they have taken to the streets to protest the Japanese television station they hold most responsible for promoting the Korean boom.
They got angry because they got angry for the Japanese TV station, especially for the Fuji television, because Fuji television is very biased and very prejudiced. I think Fuji television down Japanese and up Korean culture. So they got angry, naturally.
Nearly 5,000 people participated in the protest march, and, somewhat unusually for Japan, the large majority of them were young people. Some of the protesters showed their energy. This flyer handed up by the protesters asks, is Fuji TV a Korean television station? They're complaining, for example, that during the time of the earthquake, the station was broadcasting Korean dramas. When Press TV contacted Fuji Television for their response to the protest, the spokesman told us that they had no comment to make. One of the protesters' complaints is that they say the Japanese media ignores them. In fact, while camera crews from Korean television news stations covered the event, the mainstream Japanese media was nowhere to be found. But some conservative politicians did arrive to cheer on the young marchers.
Listen to me, everyone. The mass media just says that we must have reconciliation, but the voices of the young people is becoming stronger and stronger.
What the rising voice of conservative young Japanese may mean for the future of Japan-Korea relations is a question that analysts will now be watching closely. Michael Penn, Press TV, Tokyo.